I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths.
If I had to sum up the Abbey experience in one sentence, I would say that it provides the quintessential liberal arts education.
So Portsmouth Abbey has a strong academic background in the Western intellectual tradition and the classic liberal arts education, and so the history department plays a big role in that.
The humanities program at the Abbey is really wonderful because it teaches the students how to become more than merely passive absorbers of information and really learn to actively engage and wrestle with some really deeply philosophical questions.
In the English department, we try to show students the importance of the word through everything they read, everything they write, everything they say.
I guess the challenge with the Harkness method is that people are shy. They're afraid that they won't be welcomed into the conversation, that their ideas won't be appreciated. And so the way that I try to engage all of my students is a holistic way. Encountering them as a whole person, not just as a student, I think creates an environment where ideas are welcome, that failure is actually welcome, that we can transition from what we learn in the classroom out into the field and what we learn in the dorm and apply it to learning.
In the art department, we look at art as a way of communication and artistic expression. We want every student to feel confident in their ability to pursue art in any type of medium.
Broad-based athletic program. We have 26 varsity sports, 40 teams overall, a good balance of both team and individual sports.
What's wonderful about the Modern Language Department is our approach to using communication, culture, and language as our goal.
Students arrived at Portsmouth Abbey with a variety of backgrounds in mathematics, and we completely understand that and appreciate that. So part of the challenge is making sure they're properly placed, and in doing so, making sure that they're all going to be challenged. And I think we do a really good job doing that.
The primary way that we engage all students is to make sure that they are directly involved in classroom discussions. The other thing that we do is by giving them good lab experiences to get their hands dirty with science. We believe very strongly about that.
The best way of really engaging them is to start with engaging material.
The coolest thing I've studied is space-time dilation and quantum entanglement in Mr. Yi's advanced physics class.
American history with Mr. Hopkins is really funny, and it's just so interesting to see him bring the whole history to life.
I really enjoyed studying my medical physiology class this year. It's very interesting to learn how the body works and all the parts to it.
It's ancient Greek. It's been really awesome to learn a new alphabet and also learn about the history of the language.
The coolest thing that I've studied at the Abbey is AP Art History with Mrs. Nicoletti. We recently went to the MFA in Boston, and being able to recognize arts and works that I've studied before was interesting and cool.
Integrals in Mr. Maffey's calculus class. That's the area under a curve.
All schools strive for academic excellence, and the Abbey is no exception. But I think what sets us apart from other schools is our strong sense of community. When you're taking a lot of the same classes together, when you're living in the houses, when you have coaches and teachers and house parents that are all the same people, it's a very tough combination to beat when it comes to living and learning.
It's just so much more than academics and a school. It really is a lifestyle and a communal experience for all of us.
Community of people that care about each other, that care about learning.
The students make the Abbey, and that is clear to me time and time again.
The best friend that I've had at the Abbey is Katie Chen. We became friends my sophomore year, and she was a junior. We were inseparable when she was at the Abbey, and she's at Georgetown now, and she loves college. It's different being at the Abbey without her, but I wouldn't want to be, in any other situation with anybody else.
Matt Blum, consider him my best friend. We're roommates now. I've known him for 5-ish years, I think now. Played summer cross together. Our relationship has probably got to the point where I clean up after him in our room.
My most memorable moment at the Abbey is when I got my acceptance letter from the Rhode Island School of Design, and I just started calling my friends and Mr. Callisto, crying, and everybody was so happy for me, even happier than I was that I was accepted.
Staying up all night before the robotics competition to get our 2 robots done.
Being able to take bus rides to away games with teammates and friends. I think that's where most people come closer to each other, whether we kind of realize it or not.
I was walking out of assembly one day, and Mr. C told me I had to shave. Proud of myself.
Part of challenging, motivating is to keep it light, but real learning is happening at the same time.
Learn as teachers how to pinpoint the strengths and weaknesses, and then go and encourage and support them.
The past 4 years, I have been constantly challenged, and yet I've always seen support from both the friends and the faculty at the Abbey.
I've been very challenged here as a math and a science student, and I've really enjoyed taking on that challenge and taking some of the harder math courses that the Abbey offers. Like this year I am in Calculus BC, and I really do like that you don't just have to be a English student or a math student here. You kind of do it all.
One of my biggest accomplishments here at the Abbey was winning the poetry prize my 5th form year.
Being selected prefect in St. Albert's dorm, I've always looked up to those guys, and it's a great feeling knowing that I can mentor the kids.
I think the greatest accomplishment that I've had at the Abbey was winning the EIL championship with the girls varsity hockey team. We won the game in overtime for my last game in high school.
Bringing the squash team to New England and coming in first place.
Our accomplishments really, since we've joined the EIL in 2007, have included 21 championships in 11 different sports. We also have had 24 coaches recognized as EIL Coaches of the Year.
I think the attraction to boarding school for many of us is the fact that we get to work with students in so many different capacities.
I try to constantly reinforce how these great works from the past come alive in the present and really impact our present.
Through great prose and great poetry, I can show them that this is their life experience. I'm showing them. This is all about the human condition.
Teachers have to evolve over time, and certainly over the years I've transitioned into more group projects, lots more writing in class, that sort of thing. But I still think that a great history teacher needs to be a good storyteller.
So I'd have to say that my favorite teacher that I've had here, and it's hard because I've had so many, but I've had Miss Benestad for 4 years, started in Latin 1 together, and now I'm taking AP Latin with her as well as Ancient Greek. And she's just really taught me to love the classics.
It was Mr. Green, and he taught me biology my junior year. Although it wasn't my best class, it was my favorite because he made learning interactive and fun.
A faculty member here that's had a major impact on me is probably Ms. Smith. She has greatly improved my reading and writing skills.
Mr. Callisto. He's been my advisor and my teacher for 3 years. And he's the best because one day he noticed I was having a really bad day and he surprised me in class with Dunkin' Donuts and coffee.
My 3 housemates have had a really big impact on me. They help me come out of my shell.
Mrs. Bonin, I've actually never had her in class, but she's my academic advisor, and she's been there from the very start to the very end. And funny story, when my parents dropped me off here, she actually had to comfort my mom more than anything when she was crying about leaving.
That's such an easy question. Why I love working at the Abbey, easy peasy. The students.
It's just such a full life. We have the academics, of course, which I love, but we also have sports, which I love, and we have community service, and we have plays, and we have art, and we have everything in between.
I love working at Portsmouth Abbey for a lot of different reasons, but first and foremost, I love teaching these students. I get an incredibly talented group of students who are ambitious, hardworking, humble, and to see them go on to some of the great colleges in the country and succeed and do so well is really the highlight for me professionally.
I love working at the Abbey. because of the combination of great teacher coaches who are committed to developing our student athletes, and student athletes who really care about their improvement in athletics, but also care about their teammates.
Portsmouth Abbey is the best combination of education and community.
Portsmouth Abbey is a place that I've made unforgettable memories and friendships that I will never be able to replace.
Portsmouth Abbey is home.
A new experience.
Best 4 years of my life.
Portsmouth Abbey is not just a school.
It's a place where we grow in knowledge and grace.
Portsmouth Abbey is home, in a word. And I truly believe that everybody who's a member of our community quickly feels that.
Portsmouth Abbey is community.
Is creative.
It's a great place to spend the next 4 years.
Portsmouth Abbey is everything you make it.
Portsmouth Abbey is just the beginning.
I'd rather be, yeah.